Hi, in this video, I'm going to show how you can automate your Google Calendar booking by using a Google Calendar AI agent that I have built. On the left-hand side, you can see my calendar, my Google Calendar. This is for the week of 18 May 2026. The calendar, intentionally, I have some meetings already booked so that I can demonstrate that the Google Calendar AI agent that I built here is intelligent enough to detect it. And on the right-hand side of the screen, this is my AI agent workflow that I developed using N8N. So what it will do is that you will receive chat messages, and then it will use the OpenAI LLM model that I've configured. I'm using GPT-5 mini, okay? And here is a simple memory, which is the context memory for the AI agent to remember the conversation. And then these are all the Google Calendar tools that I have built for the AI agent to use to do things like get slots available in the calendar, create an event. So in Google Calendar, a meeting is called an event. So I'm using the terminology create event, update event, cancel, and get all events. So without further ado, let me start running this workflow. I'll say hi, and then say, so what it's doing now, my chat message went to the AI assistant, which is using OpenAI LLM to understand the chat message that I've just typed and try to figure out how to respond to me. Okay, so I've configured the system prompt or system message in this AI assistant to say, when someone say hi, you respond back with this to say you're an agent from Chan accounting software. Okay, may I have your full name, address to look up a demo, or before demo, okay. So I am Rajan Pillai. My email is rajan@gmail.com, and I would like to book a demo session on the week of 18 May. Please find me a slot. Okay, so it's running now. So here, when it's executing, I can see what's going on. This is the input message to the AI agent. It's executing, and my input message is being stored in the simple memory. So it's a context memory, and OpenAI model is trying to understand what I've typed, and there's output from the model that says thanks, Rajan. Okay, let's see from here as well. This is the chat box. So it's trying to confirm my name and email before proceeding to book. Okay. Now this is important because in the Google Calendar event, it requires my email address. So if this is wrong, then it may not book the right event or meeting. Okay, so I'm going to reply to the AI agent to say, yes, confirm. And the agent says, it will help me to look for a 30-minute demo in the calendar on the week of 18. Do you want to have a time of day preference, morning? Okay, so I'll just say something vague. I will say any day any morning next week will be fine, as long as I can have a 2-hour demo session. All right, so it's processing, and it keeps my chat message in the memory, next memory. And what it's going to do next is going to probably look for a slot. Yes, it's firing this tool. It's calling this to look for a slot, which is on the 18th of May, and it says false because on the 18th of May there are 2 meetings here. So then the AI agent will autonomously look for another slot. So it's calling this tool 4 times to look for a slot. So the first time it did not find a slot, so it says false because this particular slot on the 18th May 9 a.m. in the morning. By the way, this is the ISO 86018 format. This is international format. And then the AI agent call this tool again to check the next slot, which is 18th of May as well, 10 to 12 p.m. because I mentioned that I want a 2-hour slot. Okay, so we couldn't find 10 to 12 because there's another booking here that clashes, and the AI agent automatically tries to find another slot. Okay, because this LLM is smart enough to know what to do next. Again, this is a advantage of AI agent. It has got the reasoning power from this OpenAI chat model to decide and what to do next by itself. This is not something that I programmatically told what the agent to do. I'm just telling the agent to find a slot, but the agent has got the intelligence to go find another slot. So here it found the next slot, which is on the 19th of May, and availability is true. So 19th of May is true, and so it went ahead to call the next tool, which is create event. To you can see here, this is 1 tick and this is 4 ticks. That means yes, done 4 times of checking for a slot and 1 time to create an event, and the event is created, okay, successfully. And then it says here, is there anything else you'd like me to add? Okay, so I successfully booked a demo using an AI agent. So after we have successfully booked the demo session using the AI agent, now in this scenario, after a few moments, I came back to the agent to reschedule it. So then I will say, hi, I am, again, each time when we start a new session with the AI agent, I have to reintroduce myself again. I am Rajan Pillai. My email is rajan@gmail.com. Can you help me to reschedule the demo session on Tuesday to make it on Wednesday? Okay, let's see. So what it's doing now, it's keeping record of my chat message in the memory, and then send the message as my message as an input to the AI model. The AI model will try to understand what I've just typed as a human to make it on Wednesday. Okay, so there's a response, and the response is being stored here. That's why there's 2 tick. And then there's a question from the AI agent to confirm. Okay, so now the AI agent has changed name to Maya from Netchan accounting software. So this is part of the verification that I've configured in the AI agent. Say before we do any booking or demo session or changes, the agent must first verify. Okay, so I'll just say yes, it's me, Rajan. Okay, after verifying, I think the next thing that will happen is the agent will try to look for this slot that I booked on Tuesday and try to move it to Wednesday. Let's see what's happening. Okay, so first the agent try to retrieve all the events from the Google Calendar, and that is being booked by Rajan Pillai, and they found 2 bookings, which is correct, because on the calendar there's actually 2 bookings made by Rajan Pillai. One is on the 18th May, the other one is on the 19th May. Okay, and then the LM is trying to decide what to do, since now there's 2 bookings, which is trying to think which one to change. Is it this one on Monday or the other one on Tuesday? Because my message says change the one from on Tuesday to Wednesday. Okay, so just now it called this to get all events and then found the event ID and then update the event. So now it's changed to Wednesday already. And now after changing it, it'll try to give me a response to tell me that the change has been successful. Okay. Oops, there's error. Okay. So as you can see, AI agents, sometimes they behave unpredictably. That's why we need to keep testing it. Okay. It was working, but now suddenly it's not working. It says thanks for confirming. Okay, this is the actual output that came from the tool, from the Google Calendar tool, which is the update event tool. Computer, please accept the invite when you receive. Would you like me to change the time again? Okay, somehow it did not display here, but we can see the output from here as well. Okay, the inputs. This is how I configured this tool, update event, and the output is that change the event date from Tuesday 19 May to 20th. So that's why you see here the date and time is 20th of May. Okay. Okay, now so I have successfully rescheduled the event from Tuesday to Wednesday. Now I'm Rajan Pillai again, and the next day I come back to this agent and I change my mind. So I reset the chat session so that the agent doesn't remember. And this is another new chat session that I have. With the agent. It's just like in the real world, you call up an agent again, different time, right? So hi, I am Rajan Pillai. I made a few demo session bookings. I would like to cancel all of them. So yeah, I made the 2 bookings, but then now I'll cancel all of them for whatever reason. Let's see how the AI agent will handle this. Okay. So since this is a new chat session and agent just started chatting with me and don't really know whether I am Rajan Pillai, I have configured this agent to always do a verification check. Who am I? Although I already said my name, but then it will post verify again to confirm, right? And I've configured the agent such that it will not proceed until I confirm my identity. Now, in a real world implementation, the verification can be more than just asking me to confirm. It can be accessing a CRM database to verify my name, and from the details, the personal details stored in the CRM, the AI agent can access it and ask me some questions about my personal details to check whether I can answer correctly and then validate it against the CRM. Okay, so now I'm going to say, yes, it's me, Rajan. Okay. Just for demo purpose, it's going to be a simple verification by me saying yes. But of course, it can be more complicated than that. We can just add more verification tools here, such as accessing a CRM or sending a multi-factor authentication or something. Okay. Okay. So please confirm your full name. Okay. Oh, so it requires my full name. Yes, I am Rajan Pillai, and my email is rajan@gmail.com. It's really me. Go ahead, cancel all demos that I've booked. Let's see what the agent will do. Okay, as you can see here, there's no green color tick for all these tools. What we should be expecting is this cancel event tool to be executed, but it's not executed yet. The Google Calendar AI assistant is configured to be extra careful and not to mess up the schedule and the booking. So it's still thinking what to do or whether it should proceed to cancel or not. Okay, there it goes. So it's trying to find out all the events that was booked by me, Rajan Pillai, and it found 2 items here. Okay, demos that was booked by me, and I've configured it to search all events in the calendar 4 weeks before today. Sorry, 8 weeks before today. So now it's May, so it's all gone already before I finish talking. So May, 8 weeks before, it went back and to March to find whether there's any demo sessions booked by Rajan, and then also it also search ahead 4 weeks. So 4 weeks from May, here is June, and based on that search, it found 2 bookings, right? And from this search, next the agent or the LLM decided that it should cancel both events because there's 2 events. It found 2, and then you will call this two times to cancel it. To cancel the first event ID here, and then this event ID is L05H, and this is another event ID. This is an event ID from Google Calendar. So as you can see, it's yes, we successfully cancelled, except this one because this wasn't booked by Rajan Pillai. It's a demo session booked by someone else. Okay, which is correct. It's supposed to only cancel events by Rajan booked by or demos booked by Rajan Pillai, not everyone. So it's working. Cancel event function is working. Tool call is working. Okay, now that we have successfully done the demo on creating event, updating, rescheduling, and canceling event, I will go a bit deep dive for those who are interested on the technical side of things. Okay, first I will talk about this agent, what I have configured. So here, in the configuration of an AI agent in N8N, you will accept a chat input from here, which is from this chat node. Okay, so the chat input goes in as an input to this node, and then you see the input I've just typed actually is an input. The chat message I've just typed is an input to this node. Now, more importantly, I want to show you the system message or system prompt. Okay, so all AI agents, the behavior or the personality or the role of the AI agent depends on the system message, and this is how you write a system message. So here I've given an overview to the agent to say this is what this workflow is about, and you as an AI agent, you are a calendar assistant for the book demo sessions of chart accounting software, and how you should start the conversation, what's the role and responsibility, how to handle dates. Now this is the very important part with calendar scheduling, because if the agent got the date wrong, all calendar scheduling will be wrong. So here, what's the important thing to do when you create an agent to schedule meetings in the calendar or schedule anything? You must tell the agent to use the correct system date, correct date, which is the system date, okay, and also time zone. And the second important part is this ISO 8601 date format. Now, as humans, we will read date formats in probably day, month, year format, but to systems, that's not enough, so it needs to be in this format. Okay. For example, to represent 11 May, this is what us humans like to read and easy for us to understand, but to systems, this is a date format to use. Okay. So here I know that at the system level, the communication between the AI agent and the tools, which are the Google Calendar tools, it needs to be in a system date format. But to humans, this is not something easy to understand. So that's why I have a system message here that says, when you talk to a human, it must be human-friendly date format. Okay. Personality is to tell the agent, to give some context to the agent, who, what, where. Okay. You make booking. Okay. So now, this is something important here because the agent do not know itself whether should he refer himself as a second party and the system as a third party. So here I've told the agent there's only two parties. The first party is the one that you chat with. The second party is you, the agent. And when you say calendar, you don't say your calendar because it is not your calendar. It is the agent's calendar, which is my calendar or my system. Okay. Yeah, so some typo here, so it should be like this. Okay. And then I will, in the system message, I also have instructions on how and when to use each of the tools. So these are tools that I have given names like this with underscore. Yeah, so this is, I'm not going to go through every single line here, but just to give an idea, when we build an AI agent, we need to give instructions and explain to an LLM, which is an OpenAI LLM, to understand what this agent is supposed to do, which is at the top here, the person, and what behavior, personality, and what tools are available that we want the LLM to understand. Each tool, how to use it, when to use it, and so these are all instructions to the LLM. Okay, so I have this tool to check whether a slot that if a caller or person wants to book, before you actually book it, in the background actually you'll call this tool to check first whether any clash. If there's a clash, then say availability will be false. But if in the event availability is true, then call this tool. So here I have instructions to say use create event tool after using the slot window. Okay. So don't straight away just create event, but check whether it's available or not. Now, and then there's another tool called get all events to query to make changes to a previously booked demo session. So the way how Google Calendar works is that programmatically, if you want to change a particular event, you can't just say change this event on Wednesday or Tuesday or any day because there might be multiple events or demo session. So to give instructions to Google Calendar, you first find out what are all the events on the calendar and the respective event ID for each event, and make changes to it by calling this update event using the event ID. Okay, you must use get all events tools first to get the list of events with event ID. Okay, and then pick the event to be updated based on event ID. Okay, now to reschedule an event is quite complicated. As you can see, there's a lot more instructions I have to give. For example, there will be scenarios where the caller may say, I want to reschedule it to another date, but that doesn't mean another date and time, but that doesn't mean the slot is available. So once the agent uses a tool to find all the events and to grab the event ID, then the agent needs to check whether the new slot is available or not. So in this demo earlier, I showed that I changed an event from Tuesday to Wednesday. So you first check whether Wednesday slot is available. Okay, if it's available, then you use the event ID to look for that event that was on Tuesday and confirm the new slot is available. Then use this tool to update the event with the new date and time. Okay. Now, besides rescheduling, this tool update event can also be used for just changing the meeting details. Like you want to add more attendees, you can use this tool. You can do things like change the meeting summary or meeting title, or change the agenda of the meeting by using this update event tool, right? So as you can see here, when it comes to giving instructions to an agent or an LM, it's all just a natural language. I do not have to describe every scenario, but then I just have to mention here that in the event there's changes to an event, you just call this tool, okay? And a cancel event to cancel. Okay. All right, I have explained what I have configured in the AI agent. Next, I'm going to go through each tool. Okay, so in N8N, in order to build an agentic AI workflow, you need to have, of course, the AI agent node, and then you need to assign LM to it. Here I'm using GPT-5 mini, but from my experience building this agent, you need a more powerful model. Okay, I have tried using, at first I've tried using GPT 3.5 or 4, the older model, but because of the complexity of the system message, the number of instructions I'm given, so it requires a stronger, more powerful with more reasoning effort, to process all the system message that I have. So this is essential, but not every AI agent will require such a powerful model. It depends really on how big is your system message, which in my case here, can see it's many lines. So it's probably like 30 or 50 lines. Okay. If it's a simple task, you do not need a heavy-duty LLM model like GPT-5. And next, context memory. If you use ChatGPT, when you do having a conversation with ChatGPT remembers what you are talking or conversing. But as soon as you close that chat session, the memory is gone. So same thing here in N8N, you have this what we call simple context memory to remember what's being discussed in the session. So as an input to this memory, you need to provide the session ID, and then it remembers every conversation that's going on. Now, remember when I started this session, there's only 3 conversations because I was trying to cancel all the event. So then my first message was introducing myself as a Rajan Pillai and I would like to cancel. And then, so based on my first message, the LLM responded with this, "Hi Rajan." So this being kept in the memory. And then the LLM tried to verify that it's me. And I replied, sorry, this is a verification message from the LLM to say, before the LLM proceed, you would like to confirm my name. And then I confirm, I say, yes, it's me, Rajan. And then it says, thanks. And then the conversation goes to the next chat message where I say, yeah, so it goes to the next, I say, oops, okay. So this is what the memory is for, is keeping track of the conversation and the 2 calls, even the failed ones, and you will just retry. So again, what I'm trying to say here is that programmatically, you can't achieve this in a typical software development, but with a agentic AI, agent powered by AI, it knows what to do. When there's a failed 2 call, you just proceed, you will not stop the program. So next year, I have created many Google Calendar tools, starting with this one. This is a slot availability tool to check whether a slot is available or not. Okay. The slot that the caller or attendee desired date and time. So this is what this tool does. And one thing to notice here is that the process of checking for slot availability involves telling Google Calendar the instruction, whereby you're telling Google Calendar to look at this resource called Calendar and use this function called availability check. And Google Calendar will need to know what is the time slot to check. So here there's a data field called start time and end time. And the start time and end time, I would let the AI agent to decide and fill this up. So again, in a normal software development, normal coding, it's all predetermined. It's a deterministic code or logic. But here, it's up to the AI agent or the LLM model to decide. This is the difference, the key difference between an AI agent software development versus a normal non-AI development. Okay. So create event will need the different resource and different parameter. Okay. So here, now in order for an AI agent to know what is the function and purpose of each tool, we need to specify description about the tool and the name of the tool. So here, this tool is called a create event tool. So I have to put it here in the description so that the LLM understands what's the name and what's the purpose and function. So the purpose and function in this case is to create a new demo session with attendee's name. And I also need to specify the format of the meeting title, or in Google Calendar terminology, it's called event summary. So it needs to be in this format, demo hyphen call name or attendee name. That is why just now the meetings on the calendar we saw a demo and then Rajan Pillai. This is why, okay, because it's configured here like this. And then because this is a create event tool, I need to specify the resource to be used, which is event, and then the operation is to create, but you can also have other operations like update, which is going to be another tool that will be using those operations. And again, to create an event, you need to tell Google Calendar the start date and end date, start time and end time. So here, because earlier in the system prompt, system message, I specified that use the ISO 8601 date format, and that date format contains year, month, day, and time as well. So the LM understands that and will key in the full date plus time into start and end data field. Okay, and because the LM also knows that the attendee is Rajan Pillai and the email address, and it will add in here automatically as an attendee of this meeting. Okay. Description here is a description in a Google Calendar meeting. Okay, such as this one here. Okay, like this one. So this is the meeting summary or event summary. This is the description. All right. So that's a great event. To update event, again, we have to tell the LLM what's the name of this tool, and the purpose is to update an event based on the event ID provided by another tool called get all events. And we have to specify the sequence of the tool call. Here we use this tool first to get the event ID before using this tool. So as you can see, the Google Calendar API, if we do an update to an event resource, the API requires us to specify the event ID. And how we got this event ID is from this tool, get all events tool. Okay. And the kind of things that we can do to an event, to update an event, are like replace attendees, which in the demo just now I did not show it. I only show that we want to reschedule, so rescheduling is changing this end date start date. Okay. Okay. So cancel event also need the event ID, and also prior to canceling, we must get the correct event ID from this tool called get all events. And again, every tool we need to specify the name of the tool and the sequence of how to use the tool and the function and purpose of this tool. Okay. So just now we kept hearing about this get all events tool. What it does is that, okay, it will search a calendar, and in the tool description, I have hard-coded and say get all events 8 weeks before current date and 4 weeks after. Now, if I don't do this, when I call this tool, it will make a Google Calendar API call and return back with all the calendar events from many years ago until now and for the next few weeks or months if there's anything on my calendar. So we need to specify a range of dates. Okay. So as you can see, it found 2 items. Okay, when it's searching for searching for events, operation here to select retrieve many events, get many, and I can have a choice of returning all the events or just a partial. Another important thing when it comes to Google Calendar, handling of Google Calendar events, we must specify the time zone. Okay, the time zone is a very important parameter to Google Calendar API. All right, that's all I have. I've explained all the tools and how to specify tool description so everyone can understand what's the function and purpose. That's about it. Thank you everyone for watching.